Gentlemen. Alright. Oh, yes. We were playing Raider. Do I sound out of sync? Let me see here. No, I don't think so. Sometimes when I boot up my capture card, I have to, like, turn it on and off again to get the sound correct. I don't know why. Well, for some reason, I oftentimes have the most fun playing Duchess, even though she's fucking garbage. And her skill doesn't do anything, and her ult doesn't do anything. But it's because Wilder is too good. That really is the problem. Like, Wilder is too good, and after you play him for a while, it's too safe. But Wilder is just really fun because you get to zip around like Spider-Man. Like, I'm a big fan of that. I paused Gundam for you. I don't know if I'm worth it for that. I'm so glad I've gotten people into Gundam, though. Although, God, there's some shitty Gundams out there. Alright, chat, what do you want? Do you want solo or pugs? These days, pugs seem to be the harder option just because, I think a lot of the good players have just stopped and moved on. Bit of both. Probably for the best. Let's see. I don't really want to play Raider that much. I don't really enjoy Raider that much, to be honest. Like, he's fun because he's so... You disrespect the game so much. Right? You play the game so differently, but it is kind of repetitive and stuff. I wonder if I should watch 00 next. Okay, what have you watched, Dormix? What's your, I think you've seen IBO, right? The thing about Wing is, like, the writing is really bad. The story isn't really, like, what the story's about, and the concepts it's trying to cover is fine, but the dialogue is bad. 0080 IBO, 8th MS team. I would watch 00 next. That's probably what I would do. Either that or you watch, like, Unicorn or something like that. Oh my god, SD Gundam. But yeah, I'd probably watch 00 next. I always just say, just watch the first season of 00. The second season takes away from it so much, and it's dumb. The second season is so dumb. And then the movie is just fucking weird. I always say, just watch the first season of 00, then put it down. It's a great standalone story. Forget the rest of it that they made. All the expanded universe stuff was just stupid. Crater, or we could do the city. I know the city's become super meta, but, like, I don't do it very often. I like doing the castle. I just hate it when it's trolls. What's Unicorn about? It is set in the future of the same timeline as 0080 and 8th team. It's, like, set like 15 years after or something like that. But it's gonna always run itself somehow. Yeah, it's because of the models. Oh, that's a lot of it. Like with Seed, the first season's really good and like had artistic reasons to exist, and then they made a second season because they wanted to sell more models. And then, you know, it just degrades because of that. That's not always the case, though. Like, certain stuff I think has done well, but yeah, the models are just, there's so much money in it. That's the thing, there's a lot of money in it. And the thing about Seed is their second season is bad, but they did make really cool mechs. Like, the mechs are cool, right? So, that's why it makes money. Okay, do I want Crater, City, or nothing? You know what, we'll just go random. Let's just go total random. All right, chat. Do you want duo or trio or solo? Spit it out. What do you got? The main issue with Unicorn is it references a lot of past Universal Century stuff. So if you've seen 00 and 8th MS team, like, you can definitely follow it, right? That's more than enough information to follow it. But there's a lot of, like, mechs from different eras, because it's kind of like the world hasn't seen war in a while, kind of like how you have like F-16s still sticking around in the modern era, like in real life, even though F-16s are unbelievably old. So there'll be fight scenes between like the equivalent of an F-16 and then something newer, right? And so it kind of affects like you know, how strong they are, but if you don't know any of that, it's a little confusing. But there's some really good fight scenes in it. The story is kind of whatever. Alright, we'll start solo, that's fine. We'll play Duchess. Just kind of in the mood. We'll fight Doggo a bit more, but we'll fight some other bosses too. I haven't been playing Night Rain a lot recently, so kind of rusty. Yeah, I would say 00 is a nice self-contained story. I really wish IBO had a better, like, main cast, and it wasn't like a kid trying to be a badass. Because then that would be the perfect just Gundam show to get people into it. Like, it's one flaw is, I'm 10 years old and I'm a badass, and it's like, this is stupid. Yeah, if it wasn't for that, it would be my universal, pick, but unfortunately, that really messes it up. And then 0080 is awesome, but it's very abnormal, right? It's not a typical, like, show in every respect. And part of what makes it good is if you kind of know that Zeon is normally framed as the bad guy, right? So having a show from their perspective, you need to have at least seen, like, 8th MS Team or something. But, yeah, 0080 is actually probably my favorite Gundam. It's just really unique, and I really like how, you know, the ending isn't really happy. You know, it's not kind of just sad to be sad, but the ending really isn't, you know, your typical, it all worked out. I didn't level up. Why do I do this? Especially on Duchess, man. Like, look at that damage. Like, if I was Wilder right now, I could have fucked this guy up. You'd think I would learn. I hate this attack. I don't know why it exists. It just makes you wait. Yay. It's like, can't, like, dodge it skillfully or anything. You just have to sit there and wait. Yes, yes, throw your little tantrum. Took so long for such a dumb enemy. Could be good. What are you? Oh, great. I just picked up a mace. It's like leveling is a good idea. About to die to Saiyans. This is such a bad start to a run, and this is also just a great example of why Duchess is not a good character. Like, accidentally doing something at level 1 should not fuck you this hard. Oh, I don't have the stat requirement. God. They didn't drop a key. I hate that. It's like an 80% chance to drop a key, and then just every once in a while, the game's like, haha, no key for you. You wasted your time. Good job, idiot. Oh yeah, Gundam's got some great music. Like, Gundam Wing has just some of the worst dialogue out there, but holy fuck, the music's good, especially in the second half. Like, the music really shifts in tone in the second half of Gundam Wing, and it's incredible. Motherfucker. It's because my pocket watch staggered him, so I wasn't close. I mean, to be fair, the I'll kill you bit would be fine if he actually killed her. I mean, still, you probably shouldn't announce that shit, but, motherfucker didn't follow through at all. Like, he should have killed her, like, immediately, but she can't tell anybody. I like Gundam Wing for the grunt suits, though. Unfortunately, Gundam Wing didn't have a lot of budget, so they never really had any justice given to them in fight scenes. But the grunts just look so good. They kind of knew that they scuffed the grunts, and in the movie, they at least give them a nod or two, which is nice. Really, the main thing about Gundam Wing is, like, the movie, Endless Waltz, is basically the same concept of the show, but just done better. And so it's like, just watch the movie. Like, it's fine. It doesn't help that the oh my god, fuck you! Chat, you can't tell me that we don't have a disproportionate amount of trolls on this fucking channel, dude. Every fucking time I play this game, you know what? We need Jesus. I'm going to church. I don't even care. Fuck leveling. Stupid fucking video game. I'm telling you, man, this has a direct impact on my run's performance. Just the ridiculous amount of times that I get the trolls. I hate when I have to upgrade the default weapon, but, you know, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. The castle is chat's home. Chat's a bunch of trolls. Yeah, I agree. I guess I turn around, though, and do something in the castle. I don't know. Fuck. I cannot stand trying to do trolls on Duchess. I don't mind it too much on Wilder, because you can face tank well enough and ult them and stuff, but... so rough on Duchess. You just get blasted all the time. Because Duchess doesn't have burst damage. She has sustain. Which is not a good thing, because everything about Elden Ring is not designed around sustain. Yep, that's really fun. Love it. Like how he's still throwing even though I've been invisible for a while. So fucked. I love people saying Duchess's ult is good. It's like, look, it's already gone, right? Look, I got no damage off and they're already throwing pots again. Like, what are people talking about? Oh man, Duchess's ult makes it so they don't throw pots at you. Yeah, for 4 seconds. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, how impactful. Yeah, 4 seconds is all you need to do 5 damage. Incredible. I almost died there. like how I finally get an opportunity to hit him, and then okay. There's just no way you're not gonna die there, dude. Like every time I was available to hit the guy, the stupid grunt guy is just like, oh, I'm a swing now. And then if you try to, God, this is so fun. Why do I ever play Duchess? I just don't understand. It's such a bad character. Unfucking believable, dude. I really do feel like FromSoft just did not play test their game, like, at all. Like, the imbalance is just crazy. How the fuck am I in range of that one? So if this is the worst spot, because that means 3 trolls can attack you from here. Yeah, what really just makes Duchess garbage is like you'll ult and then the enemy will decide to do an attack that you have to respect for like 6 seconds, and then your ult's done. And then it's like, okay, so I got nothing out of that. I love how he fell. I love how he fell where I can't riposte him, and then somehow the fire on the ground is doing that much damage so I die. This is so stupid, dude. Oh, yeah, Duchess is garbage. I think she's one of the absolute worst characters in this game, and everyone acting like she's good is just on absolute copium. Like, you have low damage, low stagger, your fucking ult is just absolute garbage. As time has gone on, people have kind of come around to it, though. Like, really anyone that I have any level of respect for that has any degree of intelligence at this point all sees that Duchess is crap. It's just the fucking morons that are still like, oh, but you could be invisible. Her rewind thing was OP in the beta. In the beta, it was way stronger, so they nerfed the shit out of it. That's like why she's so fucked. Is because she was really designed around the restage thing, and then they nerfed it, so it's not really anything special, and then it's like, okay, well, you still have a crappy ult and low damage and low health. It's a shame, though, because her dagger moveset is pretty good. And it's fun to use. And, like, if you could have this dagger moveset in regular Elden Ring, that would be awesome. But you can't. Kind of weird, too, because all the other unique movesets you would never want in regular Elden Ring. Because they're shit. He's like the only alternate moveset that's, hey, this is an upgrade. Trolls are just way too annoying because their movesets just force you to wait too much. And the game is just so about, you know, going fast that you can't afford it. That's why I get hit by them so much, because, like, literally respecting their moveset is worse. You're better off hit trading and that kind of crap than actually respecting. I might have to kill them later. Like, respecting their moveset is just devastating. Like, it'll take you way too long. I don't know, unless you're like, you know, Iron Eye or something. Yeah, Iron Eye is actually kind of busted for trolls because you can dodge their shit. And you can, you know, continuously hit them, and you can shoot them in the head and all that stuff. Man, that went really poorly. Really, day one is always horrible on Duchess in my experience. Well, I don't know. I get trolls so much. I can't even remember the last time I got to play Duchess and it wasn't trolls. That's normally why this goes so badly. I would like someone to go through all the seeds for the bosses that people mostly fight. So every boss but Augur, and add up those seeds and see how if trolls are in more than a third of them. Honestly, bows are not bad in Elden Ring. They're not. They're definitely better in this game, but yeah, bows are actually pretty good in regular Elden Ring. You just it's hard to use them as your only weapon. And really, the problem is you shoot souls. Like how everyone else just ults this guy. Duchess, you gotta like duke it out. I normally don't ult for bosses, but I value like the no time limit bosses. Better to save it for something that has a time limit. But anyway, I value Duchess's ult so lowly that kind of like whatever. I don't know what happened there. None of these are good. Improved dodging is kind of pointless on Duchess in my experience. But anyway, I would do a bow playthrough of Elden Ring if I actually liked bows, but I'm really just not a fan of bows. You know, some people, you know, want to be Robin Hood and shit. That's great, but I just don't. I don't really care. I like crossbows better, and I like axes and spears and all that. I almost never use spears though in these games. I just, although spears are cool in like reality, they're not particularly fun over here. I'm going the wrong way. Wait, no, I'm not. It'd be hard to do time slow because of the other players. Right, if you're playing solo, then you could do it, but it'd be difficult to do that multiplayer. Although Killing Floor does it. Killing Floor's got a time slow mechanic, and it works in multiplayer. They just said, yeah, if someone triggers the time slow, it just slows for everybody. And if you're in the middle of doing nothing and it's weird as fuck, then too bad. Awesome game, by the way. Killing Floor 1 is great game. Especially when you play on high difficulty with like a couple of friends. Great. I cannot decide what I want to use in the Tarnished Edition. We finally got to see the new classes in action, and we got to see both of the new classes' stat spread. So I'm happy about that. And man, it's weird. The Heavy Knight is honestly just way too strong in my opinion. It's just an outrageous starting class. Even if you like try to lean into what he's bad at worst he's tied with Vagabond, right? And Vagabond is like the best starting class almost always. And then for most setups, you're not going to be leaning into what he's bad at, and you'll be ahead. You can be like 8 levels ahead depending on what kind of build you're doing on a Heavy Knight. And the other new starting class is meta if you are specifically doing a strength and dex, so like quality. And then you also want faith, and you also want more than 10 mind. If all of those things are present, then you're tied with the Heavy Knight, and then you're better than everyone else. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with Heavy Knight. That is just the most cracked starting class I've ever seen in terms of stats. is like very relevant in PvP because of the matchmaking. I'll probably do the other starting class first, though, because they're green. At least I think they're green. All the coloration for, like, the videos are really low quality. So it's kind of hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure they're green. And they start off with a light curve sword, which is a fun moveset. And you normally can't get that moveset until really late into the game. I hate this guy. He's so much harder than the other dude. He's another enemy where it's just not worth it to respect his moveset. Like, you're better off just hit trading until he dies. Man, these guys almost never aggro. It sucks when they do. It's because this guy's, for some reason, is going so far back. Man, I don't know why. I just cannot get a good Duchess run anymore. It's just like, I never get any loot that matters at all. I can never get a mine. It's just like, it's so fucked. Although, to be fair, for some reason, every time I do this fucking boss, I just get the same seeds. Like, I didn't even tell the crater to spawn, and the crater spawned, and it's just the same fucking seed. Like, it's ridiculous RNG. What, you mean like Trickster from Devil May Cry? You gotta, like, not include the bosses that nobody queues for, though. Like, you gotta do the ones that people actually queue for. Duchess is just such a fundamentally flawed character. There's just no way around it. I honestly don't know what they were thinking. Like, a character that needs to attack for a very long time to do any real damage in a game that you cannot attack for a long time, with an ult that gives stealth in a game that doesn't really allow stealth, and then a skill that has zero, like, impact. You know, it doesn't, it's just like a set it and forget it. But then she's got, like, the most fun moveset. Like, the dagger moveset is ridiculously fun to use. And, like, it's really, I really like how, like, you can attack so quickly out of dodge. You know, you almost never, look, God, fuck this game, dude. Like, this is such a good example. It's like his headbutt is coming out so fast that, you know, even though I'm doing, like, such a quick animation, I physically cannot dodge in time. And that's why you end up just hit trading with everything instead of doing anything skillful. That's honestly a big part of why I just don't really enjoy Night Rain anymore. It's just like, it's so optimal to not do anything skillful at all. It's kind of like Genshin Impact, right? Like how you don't want to dodge and block and shit. You want to just base tank everything. And like, that game sucks. And it's like, you'll get cool shit like this, but it's like bad for your character, and then it's got a horrible passive. I mean, in regular Elden Ring, there's plenty of reasons to not face tank. Actually, regular Elden Ring encourages not face tanking a lot more, because, like, Night Rain is kind of just broken because they made it so enemies, you know, attack from one attack to the next a lot faster. And so there's no time, right? There's no time to not hit trade. That's why, like, post-damage heal is so good. It's because you don't really worry about getting hit, then hitting them back to heal. You just hit trade. So you heal immediately, and it basically just reduces the damage you took. I know nothing about ZZZ, really. It is funny that like most of my viewers are like into gacha games when I'm the most like I'm like the anti-gacha gamer. I'm always talking about how horrible their design philosophy is and how bad the gameplay is and how bad their business practice is and all that. But I guess that's why some people like watching these, because they know those things are true, but they still enjoy certain aspects of the games anyway. That's why I'm not as popular though as I used to be though, because I'm just so honest about like how fucking retarded these games are, and then you have all these emotionally invested morons that, you know, cannot handle hearing that, you know, FGO is a piece of shit. What do you mean my $50,000 invested into, gacha characters wasn't well spent? That's one of my least favorite things in life, and I've seen it in a lot of like real life relations I have and stuff, is people that are just so emotionally invested into stupid fucking things that they cannot understand a logical argument. Like they'll be making really bad life decisions, or they're you know, defending a fucking video game or whatever the fuck, and they're just so fucking brainless about it. And like, you know, humans are emotional creatures, you know, sure, but you know, you need to be aware of that and be able to look at something objectively, know when something's important enough that you need to be able to evaluate your own bias. It is so fucking frustrating talking to people that can't see the forest for the trees because they're just too deep in the sauce and they're trying to defend like their dumbass fucking decisions. And it's like, I'm just lucky, I guess, with the upbringing I had and the mind I had. I've always had a very easy time, like, evaluating my own bias and putting it aside and doing what's logical and that kind of shit. So when I have to watch people, especially in real life, just be incredibly illogical and defend just absolute moronic behavior or business practice or whatever it is, it just drives me up a wall. It's kind of like, I like, if you make a bad decision, buyer's remorse is a good thing to have, right? And some people like don't want to feel buyer's remorse, so they'll just like contrive all these stupid reasons why the dumb thing that they bought isn't actually dumb. Also, hooray, we're going legendary starting weapon again. Yeah, I grew up pretty poor. Like, my family didn't have money, and actually they had debt and shit like that. So I have a pretty good that's why, like, I'm not even tempted to spend money in gacha games. I don't even understand people that are out here spending thousands of dollars in a gacha game. Like, that's just so fucking dude, are you kidding me? We're already at the end of day 2. Wow, good fucking Duchess, dude. What a character. We got nothing done. I cannot believe we're already at the end of day 2. I think the only way you really do well on Duchess is if you do a lot on day 3. It's just, holy fuck, that's insane. Do that, or you get lucky and you get like a black knife at the very start or something like that. Anyway, but yeah, I have like a good barometer for my my money, right? I don't have the desire to buy some fancy watch just because I have the money to buy it, right? Like, I've seen plenty of people where they don't have a lot of money and they finally get their hands on money and they splurge on stupid shit. And I'm just like, what are you fucking doing? I don't need some fancy ass shirt. I don't need a, you know, $200,000, you know, watch or whatever the fuck. I don't need a Lamborghini. Cars are such a trap. I think that's an area people really fuck up. Like, cars are a liability that can be useful, right? But they're you know, they lose value, like very much so, unless you're like a mechanic yourself, and because I've known some people that are incredible good mechanics, like in their own time, and so they can get just so much more out of a car, but you know, that's not most people. And like sometimes a car is obviously a necessity, right? There's a lot of reasons why you might need a car, but you still need to view it as a liability, not an asset. So you want, if you're gonna get a car, you want one that's efficient. You want one that is gonna last. You know, those kinds of things. When you're worrying about, oh, it looks cool, or you know, it goes fast or whatever, that shit's stupid as hell. Like, that's just gonna add up so fast. You're gonna have to pay more money on the insurance and tax and all that crap. Where if you get something just affordable and reliable, it's infinitely better. I like biking a lot. I just enjoy the act of it, but bikes are so much more efficient. Now, I know some people live in areas, though, where, like, they might have to go an hour to get to, you know, their job or something, so it's like, it's not an option. But I've tried to set up my life over time to just be as efficient as possible. I've always been taught to, you know, live below your means, not at them. And I've kind of just strategized over time, like efficient places to live and things like that. And I've done really well. But I have to listen to all these fucking people that... And most of these people I've cut out of my life now at this point. But like, I've had a lot of people that... They had more than me, right? They had better families than me and better situations than me. And they just made horrible decisions. And then they're like mad at me and resentful for me, where I've been very successful. And I'm just like, bro, this is your own fucking fault. Wow. I like how just that quickly he went from his prior... Wow, that used my res too. He went from his prior animation into the triple shot. It's because that's Night Rain. Like, the enemies go from one action to the next faster in Night Rain. And then it also just straight up killed me. Balance. Like, that's a dangerous enemy, but just the way Night Rain is makes them extra dangerous. I kind of like pages in the regular game. I do not like them in Night Rain. Like, for exactly what we just saw. There's no reason I should have been punished there. Like, the page whiffed. He whiffed an attack, and I tried to do a dagger R1, which is like the fastest R1 in the game, and then I get one shot for it. And it wasn't even a combo. He transitioned into a brand new move that wasn't connected to the attack that he whiffed. It's complete nonsense. Was practicing to duel Billy the Kid. Yeah, apparently. Why can't the Revenant page do that? Yeah, I like how the Revenant page doesn't have the crossbow, which is their best thing. So they like nerf the hell out of Revenant because of that. Yeah, that was very intentional. They knew how strong the crossbow was, so that's why they got rid of it. Yeah, if there's one character worse than Duchess, it is definitely Revenant. I will say, in team play, I do think Revenant is actually okay. Like, if you use your heal well and stuff like that, your teammates can basically hit trade forever and just go, go, go. Like, if they can trust you to do it correctly. The main thing is the RNG is just really rough for Revenant. There's very little loot that you can use. But yeah, pretty much all my good fortune in life just came from the fact that I had a really good father that taught me to be financially literate, and I listened to him. I have a lot of family members and stuff that did not. But it worked out incredibly well for me. I'm just so fortunate, because I think if I'd had, you know, no role model or a worse role model, I'd probably be in a much worse spot in life right now. Okay, I need to kill something, for fuck's sakes. I'm level 13. Yeah, Guardian's pretty underwhelming. He's on the bottom half of the cast for sure. Like, the weak ones are definitely Guardian, Duchess, Revenant, and, people say Executor, but it's more like Executor's not very fun. He's actually pretty good. Like, the arcane stuff is actually very strong. It's just no one wants to play him that way. Because of course they don't. You know, he's designed to play like Sekiro, but it's actually bad to play like Sekiro. Whatever, doesn't matter. Thankfully, like, that's the nice thing with day 3 is death means nothing. Yeah, I mean, Wilder and Iron Eye are the best 2 characters. I mean, it's just, there's no way around it. Like, they're busted. Although, funnily enough, Duchess and Revenant and Guardian are good for the Everdark version of Augur. That fight just rewards really weird things, and basically everything that Wilder does just happens to not be good in that fight. Now, it's only one boss, so, you know, whatever, but... It's just so hard to get loot on Duchess. Like, she's just so slow at killing things that by the end of the run, you've just accomplished so little that you don't have access to a lot of, like, passives. You haven't gotten a lot of options to potentially do anything worth a fuck. Like, I'm so weak. I mean, this is insane. It's crazy going through a run and having this little stuff. Dude, I just don't even... I don't want to play this at all. Like, I've already beat the dog, and I just think this is such a lame fucking character. Like, I hate when you go through a run like that and it's like, I have nothing. I did all that and I have nothing. Like, just nothing. I don't have a cool weapon. Nothing. I'm just playing like the vanilla-ass character. It just sucks because, like, I'm kind of just sick of playing Wilder. Like, he's just too good. Kind of an issue I have with this game is, like, the characters are either too good to the point where I don't really have fun playing them. Because it's just fucking easy, or they're crap. You know, they're just so fucking crap that it's like, why the hell would I play this? Like, I want a fucking middle ground. I'm definitely not playing the doll. Even if she was good, I wouldn't want to play her. I just don't like her. She's like the one character I don't like. I just don't like anything about that character at all. I don't like what she looks like. I don't like her lore. I don't like the way she acts. I don't like her gameplay. Like, just everything about that character is lame to me. Executor probably is the most middle ground character, but he's also like the least fun because you literally don't play the character. Like, every time you do a character-specific action, you're making a mistake. Like, Duchess feels so much like Arknights, where it's like you on a high surge, where you just have to get lucky and get good, just good shit needs to happen. Right? You just need good loot spawns. Like, because she's just bad. You need, like, lucky things to happen to get shit going. Because I mean, it's just so fucking frustrating, dude. Because, like, the dagger's fun to use, but, like, being that RNG reliant is just awful. I really don't want to play Wilder. I'm honestly, like, it sucks that I like him. He's cool, but, like, I'm so sick of playing him. He's just way too easy. Like, once you understand how to play him, it's like, okay, problem enemy, use ult. And, like, you only fight problem enemies at, like, a certain interval where, like, you pretty much will always have your ult for a problem enemy. So instead of, like, skillfully dodging said enemy, you just blow them up. The thing about Duchess, though, and you kind of saw this in this last run, you don't really do a lot of skillful stuff. You kind of just mash like everyone else. You're just a lot worse at it. Like, it's just not worth it to be skillful in this game. Because, like, it takes time, right? When you do something skillful to avoid getting hit, it's like, well, yeah, but you wouldn't have died. You had enough healing. And it would have been faster to just hit him. So it's like, why do the skillful thing? That's why, like, making this game time limited, I think, was a huge fucking mistake. I don't want the crater. I like how I didn't even activate it. It just activated itself. I feel like what allows Duchess, though, to have, like, her best shot is, not trolls, right? Literally getting anything else in the castle and just having a nice, smooth castle run. That is normally what results in things going best for Duchess. Yeah, other characters can have a bad start and recover, especially Wilder, because he literally moves faster. Yeah, having a time-limited game that rewards patience is just stupid. And the thing is, it doesn't reward patience. It's just the enemies basically require it. And it's not even that they require it, it's just they're not fun to fight if you're hit trading all the time. And this game was not designed with that and, like, to be played that way. Like, the bosses are good. I think the Night Lords are very fun in Night Rain. But the roguelike is just really fucking flawed. I'm about to run to the castle, and if I see trolls, I'm gonna reset. The problem with boss replay in this game is everyone would stop playing the game immediately. I mean, just immediately. Like, it would kill the game. Like, it wouldn't kill Elden Ring, but it would absolutely kill this game if they had, where you could just fight the Night Lord. But that's kind of a testament to the game being flawed. Yeah, there's not enough bosses, and, like, the roguelike's not good enough. Because the thing is, look at BlazBlue. The BlazBlue roguelike has a boss rush mode, but you still want to play the regular game because it's fun. Right? Where this, I'm like, yeah, I want to fight the Night Lord, and I want to get cool weapons and stuff, but I don't really want to do the roguelike. Which, yeah, again, it just shows how flawed the game is. Honestly, I think the BlazBlue roguelike is just so well made. I wish that game was popular. Like, no one knows that that game even exists, and I think it's, like, just, in terms of format, it's, like, incredible. It's so much fucking better than this game. I love going invisible and then just instantly getting hit. And having the enemy respond like nothing happened. I mean, it's insane. I've basically been hit by every single attack that this guy has done because it is just not worth it to dodge. It's not like I'm surprised. I know what he's doing. It's just like there's no reason for me to respect it. Also, the fucking Night Rain AI is so dumb. Like, it's fine in co-op, because they made it so, you know, the enemies go from one action to the next really, really quickly. And that's completely fine in co-op, but that is just fucking stupid in solo. And, like, the Night Lords aren't really an issue, because the Night Lords aren't designed that way. They're just like a set-in-stone moveset. And they kind of make up for the multiplayer thing, not by them attacking non-stop. I like how I didn't get a key again. But anyway, the Night Lords deal with multiplayer by just having, like, good AoE attacks and things like that. Where they tried to make the regular enemies harder in multiplayer by just making them attack non-stop. Dude, why? Every time I play Duchess, dude, it's just like always Banished Knights on the Evergaol, the first Evergaol. Always trolls. I never get a key out of the chest. It's just like the same shit every fucking time. I do like Duchess for this enemy though, just because the distance that you travel with the dodge makes it a lot easier to deal with that fucking flurry attack. I mean, the bosses are good, right? Like that's not a problem. Like especially the non-hard modes, I think they were made very well. It's a great experience playing through the game and fighting the different bosses. But the roguelike is just crap. And I hate to say it, but I mean, I think the characters are crap. Like, they're garbage. They're either way too strong or they're so fucking weak. Like, there's some of them are just so weak, I can't fathom that they made them. You know, it's like Guardian doesn't work, right? Like, the parry system doesn't work because the enemies aren't attacking you. If you go to block and parry, you lose aggro. So then they attack your teammates, right? It's just garbage. There's just literally no reason to use those characters in that way. Like, their whole concept is fundamentally, like, broken. Chat, do I have to say anything? I just went invisible and didn't do anything and went behind him, and he just magically fired his dragon breath backwards. And then I get knocked out of stealth, and, you know, I have to take an hour and a half to stand back up. I mean, look, I'm almost done with day one, and I have done one camp and one Everjail. That is just nothing. And, like, the camp didn't drop a loot that was worth anything. There wasn't a key in the chest. I didn't get a good passive, right? It's just a complete waste of time. Where if I was Wilder, I would have, I would have killed those guys so fucking. I wish I could just reload this seed right now with Wilder and just show like how much faster I could have done literally everything. Like I could have cleared that Everjail like 3 times faster. I could have traveled faster. I would have been able to get the. This is stupid, dude. Just fuck this game. I don't know why I'm even playing this game. Like it's just. I'd rather just play anything else. Like it's just not fun at all. Because, like, yeah, I can go play Wilder and succeed, but it's not fun. Like, it's not fun succeeding on Wilder. It's just so fucking easy that it's like, who gives a shit? And, like, Duchess has a fun moveset to use, but, like, she's so fucking slow and bad, you just cannot keep up with the game, and you get no loot, and your character is way weaker. Yeah, apparently there's a Plants vs. Zombie, like, remaster being made, so that's kind of interesting. Yeah, I not only stream a lot anymore, and every time I stream, I'm kind of miserable. It's 'cause I just, all these games out, I'm just not into, like, at all, and I'm just having more fun doing other things in life. Every time I stream, I'm just like, blech. And, like, good games, like Armored Core 6, you know, they don't come along very often, right? So you can't really sustain streaming that all the time. I mean, I could play EDF. There's a Blaze Blue roguelike. I could show a game that, you know, isn't fucking garbage. I am so uninterested in Lies of P. I don't give a fuck. Like, oh man. I'm so tired of these games copying Souls and then taking everything good about Souls out of it. And I don't understand why people expect me to play it. Like, okay, you made a Souls game, and you don't have a customizable character, and you don't have PvP, and it's not a medieval setting anymore. I have no interest in playing that. Like, I'm gonna just say it. Souls games are not that good on their own. They're not. Like, I like them because they have PvP, because you have character customization, because I like a medieval setting, right? When I look at Dark Souls, like, in terms of gameplay, obviously the music, the setting, all that stuff's great. But like when I look at the gameplay and I compare it to like Ninja Gaiden or Devil May Cry, it's not good. It's not. It's baby. Like you have 2 fucking attacks. Like, oh wow. Right? It's not that good. So every time I look at these other games that are copying Dark Souls and like, okay, let's take Dark Souls and take all the tension out of it. It's just purely single player, right? There's no invading. There's no character customization because that takes effort. So we're just gonna make a preset character. We're also gonna make the preset character lame. And it's just like, what? Why would I want to play this? Like, I swear it's because so many people never played games like Ninja Gaiden back in the day, right? Because like Souls games are just basic. They're crazy basic. Like the combat system is kind of terrible. Like it's just, oh man, you move slow and you have a light attack and a strong attack, right? And then like they've gotten worse. I actually mean this. I think Souls games have gotten so much worse as time has gone on because there's like this expectation of difficulty. And because the games are so basic, like I cannot stress this enough. Souls games are incredibly basic. They are so basic that they cannot maintain a high difficulty ceiling. You can't. They're not fighting games, right? You do not have a combat system with that level of depth, right? Like they're not Devil May Cry. You have light attack, strong attack, maybe blocking, and you dodge. I mean, that's nothing. Right, and the part of those games that is difficult is learning to be patient and like learning to respect the enemy moveset and not just like swing like a moron, right? And so what has happened is as time has gone on, because these games are so basic that anyone that has played them for a while, such as myself, will destroy them. They're easy. They are so fucking easy. So they're like, okay, but there's this expectation that they're hard. We got to make sure you don't beat the boss in one try. So what do we do now? And the answer is they do cheap stuff. It's just cheap. Like the bosses now do attacks that don't have tells on them, right? They'll telegraph Y and they'll do X, right? They'll delay the attack for an incredibly arbitrary amount of time, and then the attack has no travel time, right? Like that's just what the games do now. And like I don't understand why people think this is fun. I swear to God, I know I sound like an elitist asshole, but it's just like I think people are too stupid to like understand what is going on under the hood and like what the game is doing, right? And so they're just like, oh man, this is difficult. Oh, I finally won. Great game. It's like, I'm sorry. I'm too smart for this. Like I know when the game is cheating. I know when the game is bullshitting me. And it's like, I'm not interested. Like I've looked at Lies of P a little bit. And I'm like, this game looks lame as fuck. It's just like a bunch of bullshit delayed attacks and you play as Pinocchio. Like, oh wow, I'm so excited. Like, or I could literally play any action game from like the early 2000s and have a way better experience. Like every time I boot up like Devil May Cry, or like Ninja Gaiden, like Devil May Cry 5 and 4 and Ninja Gaiden Black and shit, I'm like, how have we fallen so far? These games have like depth to their combat systems. You have so much more your character can do. You have so many more reasons to use your different abilities. Right? And like the bosses aren't designed like ass. And then I look at like modern Souls games and it's just like delay, fire like a laser. And I'm like, okay, just memorize it. Like, wow. How engaging is this? The thing is, a simple combat system is fine for like what it is. Right? So for like Dark Souls 1, it was fine. Because the engaging experience was the figuring out what iframes are, what's heavy rolling, what happens when you equip this, what can you do with blocking, what matters in this game. It's understanding it and the scientific method of learning Dark Souls. That is a good experience. I would say it's a great experience. That's not sustainable for many games. That's the problem. And like I don't think you can really argue this, right? Like Dark Souls 1 was fine. That was a fun little thing. Right? And it had the great music and the lore and the level design and the exploration and all that to back it up, and it was a great experience. But that combat system is so simplistic, you cannot just keep doing that over and over. You can't. There is not enough depth, right? It gets old, and they know that, right? They know that. That proof is in the pudding. That's why all of these Souls-like games now rely on cheap bullshit that wasn't in Demon Souls, that wasn't in Dark Souls, right? They didn't have to do it back then, right? But now that people understand it, they've learned it, they've got it, the combat system fundamentally cannot support higher difficulty. It can't, and that's they must use cheap bullshit. I mean, the closest I've seen to like it not being cheap bullshit is Night Rain, because but the thing is, Night Rain is like the exception to the rule, right? Because look at it. Look at Lies of P. Look at all these other games, right? They're doing what Elden Ring does. The bosses delay their attack, and then it fires off. You can't tell me this is not what they're doing, right? That the attack having 0 frames on travel time or 1 frame on travel time is that's there so you can't react to it. That's the point. They don't want you to be able to react to it. They want you to like guess and then like memorize it. So you've lost a bunch and you've memorized it. Yeah, actually, help me find this video. There's this quick like short video somebody made. I think summarizes this perfectly. And it's like you cannot tell me this is not what these games do. Yeah, I just fundamentally don't like Souls-likes anymore. Like I think the formula is just done. It's finished. Like, you know, it's not a concept that you could like keep doing as long as they have, right? Like it's just it's past its time. Okay, here we go. You I swear to God, you cannot tell me this is not modern Souls game design philosophy here. Like that's these games. That's what it is, right? And they do that because they don't want you to be able to skillfully react to it, because it's too easy. Like once people learn, because the reason why Dark Souls killed a lot of people and like Demon Souls killed a lot of people is because they didn't respect it, right? They didn't respect the enemy's movesets. Why the enemies like winding up their attack? They'd be attacking, right? And they just keep attacking, and then they get hit and they're surprised, right? Like that's why those games were hard. It's the second you realize, oh hey, I need to just wait for them to be you know, in recovery frames, then attack, the games are easy. I mean, they're so fucking easy, right? Like there's just, and again, the first few games, that was fine because it was more about figuring other things out, the environment, the exploration, and all that, and that's fine. But it's done, right? These games are done, and Night Rain really is the exception. And Night Rain does a lot wrong, right? Because it, you know, I'll boot up BlazBlue while we talk about this. But like Night Rain, you know, does not know how to be a roguelike. Like straight up, it doesn't understand how to be a roguelike game. It's a horrible fucking roguelike. But their bosses, I would say, are the exception to the rule, and they're very abnormal, right? I don't think most game developers are capable of making bosses like the Night Rain bosses that are like and what they've done, like why Night Rain bosses are okay, I think are pretty good, is first off, like that video I just showed, they have a little bit of that. Not a lot, but they have a little bit, right? But because it's not a lot, it won't kill you that much, right? You might take damage, right? So it maybe threatens you, but it doesn't kill you, so you can just heal it back, and now you've seen it, and it's not that big of a deal, right? So for the most part, like the few bullshit attacks they have are not going to result in you dying, right? And then they have like gimmicks. They have like an overarching gimmick, right? Something other than just dodge around and hit them, right? There's something else going on to the fight. There's something a little bit more interesting to the fight going on.
Welcome to the AceMind training system.
But like, you know, I have to imagine part of why there aren't a lot of you know, bosses in Night Rain is because they're hard to make. I think at this point, with how experienced everyone is with these games, I think it's really difficult to make a boss fight that's hard. That's not cheating, right? That's not unfair. Yo, something I want to show in BlazBlue here is how the loot is consistently good in this game. Like, every time you acquire loot in this game, it's actually worth a fuck. Where in Night Rain, it's like, yeah, 90% of this is ass. And like, what frustrates me is everything BlazBlue does here, you could do in Night Rain. There's no reason Night Rain needed to be time limited. There's no reason it needed to be open world. And I think the open world in Night Rain is fucking horrible. I think that's just a complete waste of your fucking time. Like, so this game, like, you just go from like a mini dungeon to a mini dungeon. Now, if I was gonna do like Souls roguelike, I'd do it a little bit different than BlazBlue, because BlazBlue, you're basically going from one room to the next room. What I would do in like a Souls game is make like a dungeon. Maybe have like 5 or 6 different dungeons that have some randomness to like the rooms in the dungeon, but have like a variety of castles and forts and caves and shit for you to like explore. It's more of an overarching thing. But within that, you know, dungeon that you can go left or right in, it still is going from one combat encounter to the next, right? And you can go into a room and have gimmicks like archers on a balcony and shit you can jump on, or whatever the fuck you want to do for like that room's gimmick. You shouldn't have loot this bad to begin with. Yeah, I agree. I think Night Rain fucked up. You know what? Bullet's awesome. Honestly, she is such fun gameplay. The loot in Night Rain is mind blowing to me. Like how bad it is. It's like it's just unreal. What does Hazama do again? Right, you get a little bit of healing and MP. I need to make a new Jin. He's only 1700. Like Jin is so good. Yeah, your other those are like relics, honestly. Like the characters you fuse with are basically your relics. Actually, they are 100% because different characters have different effects when you use them. They have different passives and a different active, and you get to customize them, right? And God, this game is so much better than Night Rain when it comes to the roguelike aspects. It's so much better. You don't have 10 million like RNG things to go through. Like different characters have a few different passives and active effects. And if you beat the boss rush mode, right? So let's say I beat this run, right? If I beat this run, I basically get Bullet as a relic, right? And like, cause I'm playing Bullet, right? The character I'm playing is Bullet. If I win, I basically get Bullet as a relic. That will give me a few passives that she had in this run and a couple of preset effects that are tied to Bullet, right? Like just what she does. And then if I want to change one of those effects, I can replay this character, the same character here, in a boss rush mode, and if I beat it, I get an alternate ability I can switch to if she's like used as a relic, right? Well, that's way better, right? Like what the fuck? Instead of having to re-roll relics like 10 trillion times. Let's see if I can remember how to play this fucking game. But yeah, every like character you fuse with, right, is a relic, and they give you each different character gives you a different active ability. Like Hawkman gives you a counter, of course, and they give you like 3 or 4 passives, and you get to pick between, you know, all kinds of stuff and set up a character how you want. That freeze I just used is because of Jin. These ice shards I have is because of Jin. The ice shards, though, you could attach to any character. That's just like a generic passive you could put on any character you want. But like, look, we get loot. This is like beating a boss in Night Rain, right? Like at a node, and like all of these are good. All of these are useful. And if just coincidentally, you know, these all lean into different play styles, right? So it's possible once you get like your 3rd or 4th loot, they might be stuff that doesn't really synergize with what you have. But if you don't like what you got, you can re-roll it. Actually, you get to do 2 things. I can re-roll it 6 times throughout the run, right? Which you can't do a single time in Night Rain. And if I don't like any of it, I can sell it for raw souls, right? Like that'd be the equivalent in Dark Souls. I can just sell it for 30 souls here. If I'm like, wow, this really does just suck. Like, I'm just gonna re-roll it. Yeah, they like these. Yeah, we'll pick the multi-grab. But yeah, this game is just so much fucking better. Oh my fucking god! And look, you beat a boss or a node. It's like the equivalent to a camp, and you just move on to a new camp, and you get to pick like what camp you want, right? There's no reason Night Rain couldn't have had this format, and this format is just infinitely better. And it's like there's more variety. It's less frustrating. You have more customization. It's harder. Yeah, this game is definitely harder than Night Rain, no question. Although this game has an easy mode if you want. So there is that. I'm kind of forgetting how the fuck to play. Whoops! Didn't want to do that. Man, I keep getting hit by dumb shit. Oh, I should change my stream title. I'm lying to people. Although, I mean, we are talking about Night Rain. Like, we're directly relating this to Night Rain, but... Yeah, I've just gotten bored of Night Rain, honestly, because, like, I don't want to play Wilder anymore. Like, it's just way too fucking easy. And then, but Duchess is just so frustrating. Because, like, she's so weak. She's so weak. You need, like, all this stuff we're seeing right now, like your RNG stuff, this just needs to be so good. Let's see. Don't really like any of these. I think I'm just gonna sell it. Hopefully Night Rain learns, though. Like, they did such a bad job with the roguelike aspect of the game. I really hope they just listen to feedback and... Because it could be good. Because the thing is, Night Rain mixed up the formula more, right? Because you do have an ult. You do have a skill, right? It's not just dodge and R1. So there's, like, potential there. But I'll just say it, like, I think the combat systems of, like, Devil May Cry and Ninja Gaiden are basically Souls but better, right? Like, they're just better. Like, Souls are just simplistic. And you know, some things being simple is fine, but I think with a third-person action game, you know, it really limits your ability to make interesting bosses, especially because in Souls games you move so slowly. So I can think of some other games. Like, do you guys remember that game I streamed? It was like very Spanish, I think. I think it was called On Guard, right? And you played like a fencer or something, and you were like jumping around and making chandeliers fall and all that. Do you guys remember that game? I only streamed it like twice. But like, that game was very similar to Souls, where enemies attack, you have an iframe dodge, you can parry, you have a strong attack and a light attack. But they made it a lot more interesting because your character moved very quickly, you could jump very high, you could interact with the environment, you could jump on chandeliers and drop traps and that kind of stuff. So that's where they got a lot of the depth from, because they just attack, strong attack, light attack, iframe dodge. It's just so fucking simplistic. Yeah, I think a mix of DMC and Souls could be very good. Like, I think Souls really does need to evolve, because it's too simplistic to maintain like a franchise, right? It's like fine for like, you know, what Dark Souls and Demon Souls were, that was fine. But for trying to be more than that, you know, and keep making games, it doesn't fucking work. And like, that's why I have so little interest in all these like Souls copycats. Because, I mean, frankly, I just find them unbearably boring. It's like, okay, let's take Dark Souls, generally make it even more simplistic, and then get rid of the awesome From Software voice acting and world building and music. Take all that out, right? And then put in, like, no character customization. And I'm just like, this sucks. Like, I seriously think almost, not all, but almost every Souls-like I've ever played is so much worse than the FromSoft ones. And I think they're so fucking boring. I tell you what, though, I liked Hellpoint. Hellpoint was an indie Souls-like, and I don't even know how to describe it, but they did a good job with the combat and making things a little bit different. And having a cool aesthetic and everything. But even then, I would have preferred a combat system more like Devil May Cry or Ninja Gaiden or something. Like, for sure. Potential's always good. Oh yeah, I got my lock on now. I should be using that. Yeah, the way, like, your character evolves so much in this BlazBlue game. You'll see it as we play through. It's gonna get so much crazier. Where in Night Rain, it's like, you really don't change that much unless you get a very specific item. But I mean, I will give Night Rain credit. The Everdark, or not Everdark, just the Night Lords. The Night Lords. Okay, this game is a little loud, but the Night Lords are excellent, right? They are excellent. Boss fights. You know, there's a couple of issues. The Everdark ones in particular are pretty hit or miss. And like, this is why I think the other Souls-likes are bad. Look at Fulgor, right? Centaur guy. He is the most mechanically honest boss in that game. He has like that triple attack, for example, where you can't just mash roll. You need to roll, roll, delay a little bit, roll, right? And that's the kind of like mechanical interaction almost all the bosses demand of you. But his telegraphing is fair, where it kind of gives you a hint as like, yeah, you need to roll and then roll again pretty quickly and then delay and then roll, right? His animation kind of gives you that information. It points you in the right direction. It's not like that video we just showed on stream, you know, with the delay, smash, right? It's not like that. Even though mechanically you're doing the same thing, but because the game is kind of like cluing you in, it just feels a lot better. But it's easier because of that, right? Fulgore is one of the easier bosses if you're experienced with Souls games. And that's kind of why I just don't think there's not a lot of longevity there. Triple dash. Yeah, triple dash is pretty nice. Yeah, I was never really interested in Wukong. People liked it, good for them, but when I looked at it, I'm like, I don't want to play a monkey, and it's just Souls-like stuff. I'm like, whatever. Like, Souls-like is not an attractive term to me. FromSoft is an attractive term to me. Because as flawed as Night Rain is, I still had a great time playing through the original bosses of Night Rain, right? I'm kind of done with it now, and I find it annoying now because, like, I played it enough that Wilder's too easy, and then Duchess is just fucking annoying because she's so RNG-based. So I just don't really want to play it anymore. But when I was just playing through Night Rain, I had a great fucking time. Right? Like, beating, all the Night Lords, beating the final boss and all that. Great experience. But then it's like, okay, now I'm done. That's why I don't play Sekiro though, because like it's just more of this shit, and it's like, but now you're a weeb, and there's no character customization, there's no PvP. I'm like, fuck that. It's just so nice getting loot, and then if I don't like it, I can just sell it. What an amazing concept. Like that golem I beat on Duchess on that first camp on that second run, it dropped nothing, and so I got nothing. It's like, okay, great. Or if I had just gotten better RNG and something good dropped, then I would have gotten something, for it. Yeah, I don't think you ever get a node in this game where you get nothing. Now, sure, you might get less than something else. It's like, yeah, that could have procced as a better passive or a better attack. Because, this game you unlock a lot of attacks as you go. Like that lock-on I just did, I unlocked that. That was an upgrade. So, like, of course, yeah, there's, like, variants, and some things are better than others. But Night Rain, it's like, okay, you either get something useful or you get something that does nothing at all. And you're probably going to get something that does nothing at all. That is just shit. So, chat, what the fuck is Stellar Blade? Because I know that one was really successful, and I said I'd play it one of these days. But, like, is it like, straight Souls-like? Or is it more Ninja Gaiden-y? Because it kind of sounded like it was more Ninja Gaiden-y than Souls-like. But I don't actually know. So I looked at Wukong. Wukong looked just so Souls-like, and I was just like, okay, fuck it. And you play as a monkey. So that's the thing. It's not full Souls-like, but it's closer to Souls than Ninja Gaiden. Yeah, maybe not ideal, but I'll be interested to see. I'll try it one of these days when it's on sale or something. I mean, I'll probably get Sekiro one of these days, like when it's like $5. But Souls games or FromSoft games don't normally like go that deep on sale because they're, kind of just really sought after, high quality games that people like a lot. So they don't need to make them $5-10. Dead Cells is a good game. Dead Cells is pretty similar to BlazBlue, right? I think it's funnily enough, Dead Cells might be a better comparison to Night Rain. Now, this game is so similar, right? Because you've got souls, like you got currency that's used the same way. You've got, a system like relics and the other characters that you use as passives and all that. All that's crazy similar to Night Rain. But Dead Cells has a degree of exploration. It has a degree of like traversal, but it's not time limited. Right? You kind of go from one big mega dungeon to the next big mega dungeon to the next big mega dungeon, right? And you're just going through it. I don't know what they were thinking with Night Rain. The more I think about it, I think it's like they're trying to be like Elden Ring. Elden Ring's an open world game, so Night Rain has to be an open world game. But it should have been a fucking dungeon crawler, right? Let me go from one legacy dungeon to the next legacy dungeon with fun encounters and make them hard. Make it so, because that's what Dead Cells does and BlazBlue does. Your run might end not because you ran out of time, but because you fucking died, right? Like there's way more threat of that. Where like Night Rain, you can't fail until the very end, and I hate that. Like, 'cause if you die in Night Rain, nothing happens. It only counts when you die at the end. A little more MP is not bad. MP lets you use your skills. I never die. Okay, Frieza. I will say my moveset's pretty small right now. Just coincidentally, I haven't gotten a lot of stuff. I should have countered that. Then I countered too soon. Got him. Now that's like the night 1 boss. 100%. This game basically has your night 1 and night 2 boss. Like it's so similar. But that was essentially the night 1 boss. And in Night Rain, every fucking time you kill a night 1 or night 2 boss, the loot is so bad. I would say there's like 10% loot that's really good, and then 90% loot that won't do anything. I mean, it won't do anything. Right, you'll be playing a character that can't block, and then you'll get, guard counter shit. And it's just stupid fucking shit like that. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is good. Yeah, I know, I swear to God, you get Dragon Communion every fucking run. Oh God, my, OBS is freaking the fuck out. That is one issue with this game, is, it does not always play well with OBS. Okay, there we go. I've consistently noticed that. Even when I upgraded my graphics card, this game still will just freak out with OBS for some reason. Yeah, now I can launch them into the air. Big fan. But yeah, if fucking Night Rain just had used like a lot of these concepts, like being able to sell your loot and refresh your loot and not have so much garbage loot, it'd be so much better. And like, I'm curious, chat, like, do you all think like Night Rain benefits at all from the like pseudo open world? Because I don't think it does at all. I don't think there's any fucking reason for the like pseudo open world. I think it should just be like, big dungeons. You just go from one cool dungeon to the next dungeon, and those dungeons have their own little rooms and little like encounters and gimmicky encounters and stuff. I think that's so much better. FromSoft has never played a roguelike. I completely agree. I think that is 100. Dude, I think that's what's happening, because like why else would they have made all these stupid seeds instead of actual procedurally generated stuff? And like they didn't do any of the basic concepts, like being able to sell the loot if it's bad or refresh it if it's bad. They don't do any of that stuff. And I don't think the game benefits from that. Sometimes being unconventional can be good, because FromSoft oftentimes is unconventional, and sometimes it works out in their favor, but I do not think that happened here. Okay, I don't want to replace the loot I already have, because that's what that would do. I'll just sell it. I don't hate it, but I don't think it adds anything either. Yeah, I do kind of hate it, to be honest, though, because it's just like, it is opportunity cost, because we could be just going from one cool dungeon to the next. Like, go from like the castle into like the city, right? Straight into a fort. Because you've already got, you know, the castle in the middle and like the crater, you know, that can spawn. Because like the crater's way more fun, right? So imagine if you just have a bunch of shit like the crater and you're going from like one of those to the next, right? I think that is infinitely better. Like I just fail to see the benefit. I don't see what are we gaining out of this? You're just like running around for a really long time. And in terms of routing, it's like you route with this, making these decisions. Do I want to go to the castle? Do I want to go to the cave? Or do I want to go to the crater? Right? That's essentially what potential and event and all that is here. You know, physically walking there doesn't really add anything. And people will say, well, traversal is fun, and it can be. Traversal is very fun in Dead Cells. But the traversal is, you know, within the level, like how you traverse the crater. How you traverse the castle, right? That's more interesting than just barren nothingness. But like if someone has a defense for these things, I'm all ears. Because I don't fucking, you know, get it. And I think, like, in Elden Ring, even though I don't like it, I do get it. But in Night Rain, I'm just like, the fuck is this? That's down Y in the air. I'm gonna refresh here. Up Y. I like a lot of these. Do that. When you hit a wall, when you grab somebody, they go boom. I really want to get my my astral finish. And yeah, the circle RNG is ridiculous because if you have good circle RNG, you can get a lot more done in a day. But if you get bad RNG, you get a lot less done, and I don't see the benefit of that. Yeah, you want RNG and like the variance of like, you know, what kind of upgrades you're gonna get and what kind of playstyle you're gonna have. You know, not just like the amount of loot you can get. And like if you have a decent run or not, I want that to be more about how good you are. And like that's why I always liked the original Binding of Isaac a lot more than the Rebirth. Because the original Binding of Isaac, if you were good at the game, you could really remove almost all the RNG and can consistently get kinds of setups that you wanted and could win because you're good. Where the remake or re-release or whatever of Binding of Isaac just added in so much fucking RNG, your skill kind of went out the window. Yeah, it'd basically be like you have something like the crater and you take a portal and then to the castle and then you take a portal to another, you know, dungeon and stuff. Because Night Rain has so few like good like dungeon environments. It really is the city, the crater, and the castle. That's it, right? So it's kind of hard to like, you know, give an example because there's just so little there. But like in theory, you would just make a bunch of interesting stuff like that. Because that's what this game is. You're just going from one of those to the next, and then at the end, you get to pick, okay, I want to go to the castle or I want to go to the crater, right? And you're making that decision. And like, because exchange is the shop, right? This is the merchant. And like, you've got your souls, which is that 482 in the corner, right? And you can get more souls when you sell an upgrade instead of taking it and shit like that. And like movement is nice, right? And like, cause like, it is fun doing like the jumps on Wilder and everything, but you can have that within the crater or within the castle, right? Cause you do have that within the castle and stuff. And so you get your fun movement tech and all that from just the environments themselves, not from the open world bullshit. Cause like, and Dead Cells is a good example because Dead Cells has that, right? Dead Cells has a lot of fun movement shenanigans. And this game has a little bit. But this game is abnormally combat focused, I will say. It is heavy combat. I will say though, the boss rush mode in this game is fucking amazing. It's one of the best. Actually, it might even be the best boss rush mode I can think of. And it's like it's designed for characters that you've had a great run, right? You had a great roguelike run. You're a very strong character. You can save that character and play it whenever you want. And then the boss rush mode is just crazy fucking hard to deal with a character that strong, right? And it kind of gives you something to work towards, and I really like that. Yeah, we'll take that. I don't use this move a lot, but... Okay, it does go in combos into that. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I can't wait for the Tarnished edition of Elden Ring, because after playing Night Rain, I'm ready to play something without a time limit, and I haven't played Elden Ring in a while, and I'm so excited to see like Lost play it. I think he's gonna stream it, and I'm so interested in seeing like his take on some of the stuff. And also, there's just so many bosses that are in Elden Ring that are not in Night Rain, which is weird as fuck, but yeah, basically every filler boss is in Night Rain. Every serious boss is not. Like every like big, you know, major boss, and none of that shit is in Night Rain. Like except for Godric. That's like the only fucking one, which is super weird. Yeah, that's why I'm kind of playing this game, and like I'm just demonstrating how I think Night Rain should have been. Like the way this game does relics, I think is way better. The way this game does loot, I think is way better. The way it does traversal is way better, and they're very comparable. These games are super similar, even though like visually they may not seem like it, but like mechanically what's happening here, these games are so fucking alike. Gotta be careful, these guys blow up when they die. None of that shit. I'm kind of pissed though. One of my favorite roguelikes I've ever played is Blade Assault, but it's not really that playable anymore. The last update for it like broke the game, and you can't use like controller anymore, and that game doesn't play very well on keyboard. And that game had great enemy variety, really fun engaging enemies. Had a lot of a lot of similar systems to this game. The characters all played super differently from each other. But yeah, they completely broke that game in a random update. Now they don't like update the game anymore. Like, way to go, guys. And I still don't have like I have like the second form of meter that I'm not using because I don't have an ability to use it. And normally you can get it kind of easily, but... Also, I forget to use my skills. I'm bad is what I'm getting at here. I should probably use the shop now. Got a lot of money. Okay, take this first. If you hit a grab immune enemy, it explodes instead. That's awesome. Lots of things are grab immune. Okay, that oughta do. Warcraft 3 Death Knights are better than WoW Death Knights. I'm kind of pissed about this. Obviously, WoW is a joke of a game now, but you know, back in the day, it had some degree of quality. So you had like Death Knights, which are derivative of Arthas, right? And then you have Demon Hunters, which are derivative of Illidan. And Arthas is way cooler than Illidan. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. It's not even close. Like Arthas is way better. But Death Knights were kind of lame. Like, they would just randomly have green attacks, then red attacks, then blue attacks. They had like no cohesion in their kit, and then purple attacks. They just were so like, they were like the least focused class I think in the entire game. They were just like all over the place visually and mechanically. Where Demon Hunters were like, everything's green. All of your attacks are green, which is awesome, and like mechanically it all like syncs up really well and plays really well. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like Death Knight, I should like Death Knight, but I really don't. They were just so fucking scatterbrained. But yeah, in Warcraft 3, they were great. Way better there. Fuck. I frame that shit. Don't iframe that shit. He dodged good. Okay. Could you delay that anymore? I swear I get hit by that every single time that he does it. There we go. Get fucked. Let's go. Look at those explosions. Classic WoW was really good, but the player base became really bad because, like, there was no updates, right? So when a game stagnates like that, it just becomes horrible. I think Classic World of Warcraft has the worst player base of any video game ever, and which is really saying something. I need my ult. I think I refresh and try to get it. Yep, there it is. That's better. Get my big boom. That Blue Protocol relaunch is in closed beta right now. Is there any footage and stuff? I love how that game never came out. They put all that effort into it and it never released. And now we're getting a remake of it. It's just crazy. I just wanted to play the game. Like, holy fuck. Are there, is it look any good? Like, cause obviously I can't really look on it at stream right now. Oh, let's see. Money. Covenant is like you lose something, but you gain something. We'll just take the money. Looks like an MMO from 2012. Well, if that MMO is like Vandictus, which is actually older than that, but then that's great. Because I think the original Vandictus was like just beyond ahead of its time. Like, I think it's way better than most games now. The problem is like World of Warcraft changed a lot over time and is like a completely different game now. Vandictus changed and is a different game now, and I don't think is anything special anymore. But like, my god, original Vandictus was just fucking amazing gameplay. Thankfully, Defying Fate is kind of a callback to those older days of Vandictus, and so far has been very good. Not optimized, but hopefully they'll fix that. Yeah, honestly, Vandictus, Defying Fate, Darksiders 4 are probably the two games I can think of that I'm most looking forward to. And then, eventually EDF 7, but that's not going to be anytime soon. It looks too much like Genshin. Ah, fuck that. I'm so not into games like that. So let me guess, they're remaking it to just be more like Genshin because Genshin's popular. That's probably what they're thinking. That is not gonna work. They needed to lean way more into the action and the things that made it not like Genshin. Yeah, you get some really cool grabs on this character. You actually, I could have a lot more that you can like chain together, but I haven't been picking them. But I can do this! And you get meter for that move by doing grabs, which is kind of cool. Run from the poison. Thank God I had that counter and I got hit anyway. Bullshit. Fucking, anyone here play BlazBlue Calamity Trigger, the first one? Because I remember like Tager being able to do 70% of your life off of just a grab. That like the Buster, whatever that was called. That was so dumb. That game was wild. Like just how much damage everyone did. I just sell these. And never mind the Emerald Buster, there was the driver, like the generic driver. That did so much fucking damage. And like there was that, you could do that, because the whole thing was you weren't supposed to be able to do that attack unless you could buffer it, because the input would make you jump. So you had to do it, you know, as a follow-up to another move or after jumping or something like that. But then they added that like noob stick where you could do driver anytime you wanted. No lead up, nothing. And especially at like medium at high levels of play, you could just never stand in front of them and it wasn't so bad. But at like low levels and medium levels of play, it was so fucking toxic. Yeah, BlazBlue is this game's awesome. I actually recommend the hell out of this game. This is a great roguelike, and the boss fights get really good, and there's good game modes and everything. Oh wow, I don't meet the conditions for any of these. Well, fuck you too, game. At least they just give you raw money. If this was Night Rain, I would have just gotten absolutely nothing. All this fucking poison. Oh, whiffed it. Bonk. I really should get some of the other grabs. Just some of the chain grab stuff is really fun. And when you break a boss's armor, you can use it on them. Bosses are done so well. Like they generally have like hyper armor, so you can't do shit like that. But you'll break their armor every once in a while, then you can combo them like a fighting game, and that's really good. In the boss rush mode, you fight 2 bosses at a time, but it's actually manageable because you can kind of like stagger when you break their armor to CC one of them, so you only have to respect the other one's moveset. But it's like totally manageable. There's a couple of exceptions to that, but okay. Wait, what is this? Oh, this is like a follow-up grab, I think. You need a lot of MP for it, though. Let me see. Afterburner. Oh, that's the air slam. That's pretty good. Yeah, we'll do that. Max HP. Yeah, this is good because you can like go into the air like that and just go straight down and shit like that. I don't know what the hell she's saying, but okay. Money. Oh god, nope, nope. Hello? I like how the poison's rising and there's no enemy. What the hell? Game, please. Counter! No! The fuck is this room, dude? I don't know if that was worth it, but whatever. Potential's always good. Yeah, I really never liked the aesthetic in Chinese games. It's been pretty consistent for me, and they don't have a lot of variety. Like literally every Chinese game just has to be like traditional Chinese stuff, more grandiose, and I'm like, I am so not into it. It'd be kind of like if every American game had to be fucking cowboys, and it's like, thankfully we have more variety than that. Actually, we have hardly any cowboys, to be honest. Okay, so that's another grab you can use. Yeah, fuck it. We'll get some other grabs. AC 666. I know, I want that so bad. I mean, they said they were making more Armored Core. So, I mean, it's coming. It's just, when. Okay. How the hell did my counter just whiff? Oh, I just whiffed my big move. Me dumb. I have missed every counter that I have done this boss. To be fair, the game is like lying to me with these timings. Bro, every time. That was awkward as hell, but we won pretty easily. Okay. Yep, that's good. Okay. Trial is so good if you complete it and so bad if you don't. Fuck it, let's check it out. Oh my god, Arachne in the actual games, dude. What a character. Alright, next 5 battles, when injured, an additional 35% HP will be deducted. So you get destroyed if you get hit. Hit an enemy, right, and if you win, you get hit an enemy right after you get hit to recover HP. So, I mean, you know, post-damage heal from Night Rain. Immune to the first hit in each battle. Next 5, that's not a very good effect. I can refresh these. I'm not really a fan of any of them. Next 5 battles, killing an enemy does not earn exchange points, but obtains 75% of held exchange points. I have so few exchange points, so that's not very good. Next 5 battles, there's a 1% chance to change your own HP to 5%. Good god, dude. You basically just die. You have to never get hit again. There's a 2% chance, and when you beat it, you get a 2% chance to heal. Next 5 battle consume. Oh yeah, this one's alright. You basically can't use your grabs for the next 5 battles. But then if you beat it, you get a big attack up. That's pretty nice. Wait, what? Wu Chang Fallen Feathers had the final boss change, so it released and it wasn't like this. So instead of being killed, to just be beaten up because he's important in history. And his guards in the zone before him were changed to NPCs from enemies to stop you from killing them. Because my history, that's stupid. Yeah, some of these challenges are brutal as fuck. We'll take this one. That's not too bad. Yeah, China still be China. Can you imagine, like, Red Dead Redemption getting censored by the government with stupid shit like that? Like, you can't portray outlaws in a favorable light. Oh yeah, grabbing, bad. That sucks, though. Grabbing is so much fun. But it's 5 battles. We'll make do. Oh, he's being protected by something. Alright, 4 more battles. Ice good. I always loved China bragging about like they're a civilization that's lasted 5,000 years when they're not. It's like they've risen and fallen and been taken over by different governments and ruling bodies so many fucking times. Like it's such a joke. I'm gonna get canceled for saying this, but like it's the fucking truth. The closer relative to the original China is Taiwan. And what's funny is they used to refer to themselves as that, and then mainland China got angry at them and told them to stop doing it, so they started calling themselves Taiwan. And now because they became successful, right, now they're such a successful country, now China wants to take claim to them and say they were China all along. Right, it's just such a fucking joke, and they'll censor the internet to try to make that reality. Right, even though that's not the truth, that's not the history, they'll try to frame it like they've always been part of China. And they broke off and blah, 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 blah. Like, no, you ran them out of town. It's so silly, man. Like, CCP is insane. I have no hatred for anyone that happens to be born Chinese or, you know, likes their heritage. That's fine, but the CCP is a fucking horrible ass government. It's corrupt as hell. And, you know, all governments have their degree of corruption, but like, holy fuck. And people like to badmouth America, and believe me, America's got their problems, but we're not out here trying to rewrite history and like ban video games because they portrayed, you know, a cowboy in a positive light. Like, that shit doesn't happen here. Now, you know, give it a minute, it might, but yeah, I'm losing my social credit score. Let's see. Not a lot of reasons to go to a shop. I don't have a lot of money. I think I need to fight 2 more times and I can start grabbing again. And I get a 90% attack up. I think it only applies to my normal attacks, though. Okay, I grabbed there because that was just too worth it. Like, that was insane value right there. Hey, Rabbit. I'll probably play a round of Night Rain after this just to compare, and I'll scream because it's so fucking frustrating. This game is not frustrating at all, really. It's just like good upgrade system, good control over RNG, good boss design. Like, it's just a good roguelike. Night Rain does have excellent night lords. Like, those bosses are very well done. That is my favorite part of Night Rain, is just like the main bosses are done so well. The Everdark's not as much, but still good, for sure. Some of them are good, like really good. And the music's incredible. Okay, do I have to do another one? Do I not know how to count here? Green can't count? Oh, they're getting shields. I should have been spamming my skills because like that doesn't take MP. That's a good way to offset my no grabs. Somehow that counter didn't work. Not done yet. So is this Gears of War remake like the original Gears of War? And are they gonna have Horde mode? Because Horde mode is what I liked of Gears of War 2. I had so much fun playing with my friend Kai. Just doing 2-player co-op Horde mode. Like, that was super fun. Because, like, honestly, the campaign, I'm like, eh, whatever. I don't really give a shit about that. Yeah, we played as the 2 Carmine brothers. Like Anthony and Benjamin Carmine. We just did that co-op. It was great. Oh yeah, I can grab again. I'm free. Fuck, man, I'm getting tagged by so much dumb, like, projectile crap. Her English is pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie. She's pretty cool, but like, holy fuck, the English. I always like when you have a game, like Arknights is like this, where like 90% of the cast, when they say something in English, it's like really English, like really hard. But then there's like one voice actor that does speak English well, right? So even though they're like Japanese, they speak fluent English, and then like so they'll say like the same stuff, but it's just so much like easier to understand. Like in Arknights, like all the Japanese voice actors, you know, have like English, but then you have like a couple of them that can actually pronounce like Arknights normally and stuff. Okay, this gives me invulnerability on the up grab. Yeah, sure, that's good. Holy hell, though, I got beat up. Yeah, Arknightsu, they all say that, but then like there's like 3 or 4 of them that say it correctly. I liked it when Rainbow Six were the only English speakers. That was really unique at the time because they only had you know, Chinese and Japanese, but then just randomly the Rainbow Six people spoke English. Why are so many IPs dead now? Like, it's so weird because Blizzard has been so lame for so long. Most people only know them as a lame company, right? Because they've been lame for like, you know, 10, 15 years now. Which sucks. You know, Warcraft 3 was like just incredible, like such a great game, and then now they have this legacy of just being like the lamest fucking MMO ever. And then, you know, Rainbow Six, man, Rainbow Six used to be so great, like the Rogue Spear and all those games, and like early Rainbow Six Siege I think was great, and then now they're just so fucking weird and stupid. Like, it just sucks. It sucks having like something you're a fan of and like and now you like you don't like what it is now, right? So it's just so annoying. Yeah, Souls-likes really have gotten popular, but like most of the Souls-likes are crap. More spikes, yeah, that's good. I like that. Wouldn't mind a heal, kind of beat up. Yep. Well, 40 mana is a lot, actually. That's a lot of, that's an extra grab. Let me get water real quick, chat. I'm kind of dying here. It's not even always following trends, though. That is not always the problem. That can be a problem, but like, MMOs becoming lame is not them following trends. It's actually the opposite. It's managed decline and like not giving people what they want and not doing what's popular. It's like being lazy and like just copying a formula forever. And then like Rainbow Six, I don't even know what the fuck is wrong with Rainbow Six. I don't know how they went from, and they've always been popular, right? So, because it used to be a book series, right? And they made, it used to be like a lot of like war novels and like spies and, you know, special ops stories and stuff. And then they made some video games out of it, like Rainbow Six and Rainbow Six Rogue Spear and like Black Ops and stuff. And they were like very tactical shooters, like very slow paced, trying to have a degree of realism and stuff. They were kind of wonky, but they were very tactical based, and you're not running and gunning at all, like not at all. And they were pretty popular, right? And then when they started being a bit more run and gun, they were still popular. I mean, they still kept a degree of authenticity and, you know, made the characters look serious and what you would expect. And then they just, I don't know why, but like they got sold to Ubisoft a long time ago, right? Like I think Tom Clancy died. And hey, thank you for the raid. So I don't think, you know, Tom Clancy's nothing to do with it, but like he added a lot of like authenticity to it. And now they're just weird. Right now they're like trying to make characters that look like VTubers and influencers, streamers and stuff. And I don't think there's any evidence that that's good. How's the stream going? Going good. I'm having a fun time with BlazBlue here. I'm talking about roguelikes a lot today. I was using this roguelike as an example of one that's actually good. We'll go to the shop. Yeah, now Rainbow, it's like a shame. Like I used to be able to say I was a fan of Rainbow Six because I was like talking about more grounded designs and you know, some degree of like authenticity. It's still a little, you know, entertainment, if you will. But now, if you say you're a fan of Rainbow Six, people think of like fucking woke garbage, right? I'm like, how the hell did we get here? So strange, man. The thing is, there's no overlap between the audience that likes VTubers. And there's nothing wrong with VTubers, right? I don't have like a problem with that. But like, there's not really any overlap. Did you beat Lost Belt 7 with 1 to 3 star servants? Yep, I did. That's a really random question. I'm surprised you even know I played that game, but yes, I did. What was it? Oh, yeah. So I don't see a lot of overlap between like mainstream streamers and VTubers and like the people that like Rainbow Six, right? Like I don't see a lot of evidence to suggest as they pivoted towards that did them any good. Doesn't really seem like the case. Man, Lost Belt 7 was that was like the last good content we've really had in FGO. I'm sure they'll make something good eventually, but okay, let's see if I remember how to fight this boss. I think she slams here. Yep. Oh, get grabbed, noob. Oh, I countered too far away. Boy, this boss is easy to break the armor of. Oh, I time slowed. Oh god, those angles. She gonna slam? Yep. That's like my first counter that's worked. Oh, get fucked. She got wrecked. I don't think I've seen OC3 content. It's really not. Look, here's the thing about OCs. None of it's good except for the end of OC4, and that had nothing to do with the OCs and didn't need to be part of OC. Like the big bit with Galahad. Why am I talking about this game? Anyway, the big bit with Galahad and everything, you could have just attached that to Lost Belt 6 or 7 or 5. It wouldn't have mattered, right? You could have done that Lilith, Galahad stuff in any story. It was totally detached from all the OC filler bullshit, so they just should not have done any of that. I don't even remember OC3. I don't even know which one that is. Like, I care so little about the OCs. They're so fucking lame. I just remember the first one is the one where you fought, wait, is it the first one that you fought Edmund? Like, the Edmund fight was actually pretty fun with low stars. He's like, everyone thought that fight was a joke because he was so easy to overstat, but with low stars, you couldn't do that, and I actually really, that Edmund fight was actually really fun. That was a real boss fight. I liked that. But like, fuck the rest of them. Oh, OC2? What the fuck was OC1? If OC2 was Edmund. Right, that was the school one. Fuck, I totally forgot. The first one was, Fate Extra stuff, because everything's Fate Extra. Holy crap. And then OC3 was extra stuff, wasn't it? That was the summer one, right? Where, like, the event was the story and all that. Oh my god, that game. Yeah, OC3 is not great. Not big on that one. And that one had that final boss that was so boring. Oh my gosh, it's not as boring with high stars, but bro, low stars against that giant ass alter ego, like that big white screen, that takes so long. Like, and it's not fun. It's not fun. It's just like, you just stall. Like, every time FGO makes a boss like that, I just want to just stop playing that game. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't really want to take 60 turns with Asclepius and Mash, right? I really don't need that. Thank you. And that was every single Road to Lost Belt 7 fight, except for Minotaur. Every single one of them was like that, where you had to do like Hans Mash Asclepius or like David Mash Asclepius. Every single fight was like that. You would run out of gas and lose every time otherwise, and you just stall and take like 80 fucking turns. Just terrible content. Absolutely terrible content. Down X. Oh yeah, it's like the slam. Okay, yeah. Although that has massive diminishing returns with the other slam that I've got. Like, did anybody actually like Road to Lost Belt 7? I feel like the only people that liked it were whales that just wanted to show off. But like, the fights weren't mechanically interesting, so like, I just don't, like, who gives a shit? There's so much meat on that sound effect. Like, holy shit. So you can do like that. I wonder if you bounce off somebody with this. I wonder if you could do the slam. Wait, didn't I say I was gonna get water? Because I do not have water. And if I got up and did something, getting water was not what I did. Because I remember saying I was gonna get water, but I don't have water. 1 minute. I'm going to fix this. Okay. Now I have water. Chat, am I just forever the FGO guy? Is that just how this is? Just angry old man that did low star and coup bullshit, and I mean, I did other stuff too. Everyone is always like, I'm like, only care about 1 to 3 stars, but I did other stuff. Like, I swear to God, I don't know why that became such a thing. Like, oh my God. Let's see. So you can go. This is like the final boss. This is like the Night Lord of this game, and you can just go straight to it. But it's a lot harder if you do that. So also it makes your character weaker. Like if I wanted to permanently save this character, if I like really liked this run, there's no reason to not get the other upgrades first to make the character stronger. I mean, Ku is the best. It's just funny because people will like try to insult me by saying they don't like Ku, and I'm like, okay. Like, that's fine. The Ku sucks, and they think they're gonna get like some big reaction out of me, and I'm like, yeah, people like different things. Like, you remember that drama with that fucking community that I didn't even know existed that thought I was talking about them? The like RT or whatever. I think it was I don't remember what the fuck it was called. What? The Time Attack or something. Anyway, I remember they were like, because they knew I didn't like Van Gogh and stuff. They would, and because they didn't know anything about me really, you know, just like buzzwords and shit, they would try to like attack me and like get under my skin by just like, you know, complimenting Van Gogh and like Paul Bunyan and stuff. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, if you like those things, that's fine. Just because I don't like something doesn't mean I have a problem with someone that does. Like, how? Oh yeah, TA. What did I say? Let's see. Go is pretty cool. XD. I don't even know if you're being serious. I don't even know. That's the thing. You guys are such trolls. I'm personally attacked. You don't like Revenant and Night Rain. That's how people are, though. Like, people really are that emotional about things. And, like, I enjoy, like, when I stream, I kind of play it up. I kind of use my stream to, like, you know, be more outrageous than I normally would, right? And I kind of have fun with that. And if someone wants to go on, like, a rant about, like, how Green Man is wrong and Van Gogh's awesome, that's great. That's fine, right? That's all in good fun. But this like actually taking it personally and actually acting like someone not liking Van Gogh is like some attack on your character. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my god, there's more to that quote, by the way. That quote is so long it doesn't fit. I don't remember what all of it was though. But and that guy was being serious because we had like a whole back and forth. That's I love. Cairo made that, by the way, not me. But he's the one that made a copy paste out of it. The UI is fine. And leveling is fine. Who thinks? By the way, that was after 120. Who thinks leveling is fine in FGO? Like that is such a crazy take. That game is so bad in that department. I mean, I played games from the 90s that have like RPG mechanics and leveling that are so much better about it. That is a crazy fucking take. I wish I remembered what video that was on. I know it's a VOD, right? Because that whole drama, I kept it off my main channel and just talked about it in VODs. But I don't fuck if I remember, and I'm not gonna look. Like, fuck that. But that shit was funny, just seeing people, that was so nonsense. I enjoyed it, though. I thought that was hilarious. And I enjoy, like, when you can use, like, internet drama as, like, an example for, like, just mindset stuff and things that you can apply to your real life. You know, I always find that interesting. And of course, you know, you can disagree with like whatever my opinion on like how, you know, you should behave or think, you know, that's fine, but video game drama can be kind of useful for that kind of thing. Like practicing how to think. I never get this boss. This boss has always had so little HP. And like I'm horrible at this boss. I get hit by every fucking attack. But this boss always has so little health that it doesn't really matter. And because of that, I never learn it. I never learned this boss at all. Like, I probably know the least about that boss. But yeah, I can always just mash buttons and it dies. So I'm like, okay. That's a different grab if I wanted to chain grab any more, but we're about to be like boss fights only. It's hard to chain grab at that point. I have no idea what this is. Oh, this is like a follow-up. This is actually really cool. It's more for trash mobs though, but this actually looks super awesome. Like this like teleport follow-up you can do to your grab. Fuck it, I'll take it. But there's like I can never use it now, but whatever. Honestly, I feel pity, and maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe I'm misreading it, but like from what I can tell, I feel so much pity for some of these people that are like still stuck in FGO and can only make positive content about it because they know if they go against the grain. And I've seen it. I've seen like creators that like they said something negative and they got so much pushback and they just like apologize on Twitter and everything. Like it's so fucking stupid. But like I feel bad for them trying to like constantly trying to come up with excuses to make videos and having to always act positive about a game that is just not a positive like game right now. I would just seem so miserable to me. But I mean, you know, if they want to do it, it's it's their time. They can do whatever they want. And if they're having fun, then good on them. I can't imagine having fun, but you know, if they are, then it's great. And like I can have fun in FGO still, but not like that. And I don't know where you're playing it all the time and making content all the time and trying to act positive about it all the time. Like no way. But you know, every once in a while they put out a cool character or a fun event or a boss or whatever. Remains so fucking lasers. Oh my god, Limbus Company. I don't believe anyone when they say that game is good. Like, I played enough of that game to be like, no fucking shot. Like, I've had enough gaslighting from that community, thank you. I'm telling you, the whole reason why I never did a one-off stream of Love and Deep Space is one, that could not be less of a game that I want to play, and two, because the fucking developers don't know how to use widescreen, dude. Like, trying to stream a game that's like the narrow, thin stuff. Like, are you kidding me? Like, the fuck is wrong with them? Like, what are the ladies doing, man? Like, that's not how you play a video game. That, like, screen space ratio is really bad. That's not how you make a fan service game, I swear to God. I don't even know that. Okay, you can't. I love how I'm trying to kill this thing, but it's apparently invincible. I don't even know. I know that game has lots of fan service, but I don't know if it's like a good game. I don't know. I don't know if it's like an excuse for the fan service, or if it's like, hey, this is actually a good game, but then there is fan service. I don't know. I don't have any fucking clue. And yeah, I don't think chat knows either, and that's why they want me to stream it. Those fucks are over there using like the vertical screen instead of horizontal. Like, what are we doing here? I thought that guy was going to hit me somehow. But he was so far away. Panic countered. It's a fun boss. I'm at half health though. I gotta be careful here. I do find it funny that, I mean, I've known this for like forever. I mean, I've known plenty of women in my real life. So I've known forever that women are just as degenerate, if not worse, than men. But the media and everything always tries to portray it as like men are the only perverts out here. And I just find it hilarious that finally the game industry was like, oh wait, women are perverts too. And like, I don't think it's close. I think that like that Love and Deep Space is infinitely more like fan service than any of the guy ones on the market right now, and it's making so much money, like just so much fucking money. It was funny how long that took though for them to figure that out. Ooh, okay. Barely dodged that. Can I get an armor break? I just wasted so much mana. Ugh. I like to try to get those to land in the same spot, but I fucked it up. Dodged it. Woo! There's a break. Got him. I mean, that's true. Like, the ladies have always dominated the, like, literature, romance, and smut. Like, not even close. That's always been a thing. Like, it's actually funny. Like, you don't really find really any of that aimed at guys. Like, so little. But, like, you have giant sections of bookstores and stuff dedicated to that. There's this corner shop in the area I live that it's so funny. They have a book section, and it's, funny enough, it's all like Rainbow Six books, and then like romance smut stuff, and it's really funny. That's like all it is, and they sell, right? But like that's and they're like right next to each other, and that's all they carry. It's like Rainbow Six stuff, like spy thriller, jet fighter bombs and stuff, and then you know, romance stuff. It's really funny. I mean, to be fair, right? I think it's easy for like guys to have like a knee-jerk reaction here, and like they're not entirely wrong. You know, guys get demonized a lot in the media and in commercials and movies and all that, and it's dumb, and on Twitter and everything. But I've never believed most women aren't like that. Most women don't demonize guys like that. It's just a vocal minority that's like taken over social media, which is now influencing young people, which, you know, is a problem. So that is an issue. But like most sane fucking adults you talk to aren't like this, right? They don't have a problem with, you know, the smut books or whatever on either side, right? It's just not really an issue. Now it is an issue with like Twitter and TikTok and all that. It's kind of taking that ridiculous mindset and influencing kids now with it, so that's a problem. So the future's fucked, but yeah, most people are not, they're not like that. They don't demonize men, and they don't demonize women and stuff like that. It's Twitter brain. But yeah, unfortunately Twitter brain is becoming more and more prevalent in society, so that's like the whole problem. Okay, we can jump to reset. Is good. It's actually really good for the boss rush mode. There's a lot of times where you'll fight like the giant eyeball boss and people like that, and staying in the air is really good. What is this? Oh yeah, it's good. Yeah, it gives you the more iframes when you do the up kick. I always forget that has iframes, so I never take advantage of it. It's actually so strong. Like when you do this, you get iframes, but I just don't. I'm just like, I never even think to use it that way. I just use it to combo. I'm dumb brain, mash good. Me hit enemy. Yeah, I do not recommend, like, you know, some online stuff is fine, right? Like I met Lost. I met Lost online, and you know, Lost has been a really interesting guy to know. You know, he's an engineer and all this stuff, so he has got a different perspective on a lot of stuff. And that's great. I met Poi right online, and Poi's awesome. But you know, you really want to get most of your knowledge and socialization from real life. It's a lot healthier than you use online stuff as like a bonus, or to meet people you couldn't have met otherwise, or to stay in touch with people. And and things like that. You know, because I enjoy streams, right? I watch people stream and stuff. But yeah, you really want to make sure you're doing it in moderation and that kind of thing. There really is no substitute for, you know, having an actual friend that, you know, has got your back and that kind of thing. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. It's easier said than done, but one must try. Because a lot of people, I think, are just, like, scared to, like... Let's say you like chess, but they don't want to join a chess club, or they don't want to do ping pong, or whatever the fuck they're into. They don't want to meet new people. And, like, yeah, when you're not good at socializing, it is awkward for a while, but... when I was younger, I just saw it as like a challenge. It's like, okay, just, you know, practice. That's the thing. It's not, most people act like you're born with it or you're not. And it's generally not the case. It really is something you have to practice that. But yeah, no, it's harder than ever to make connections IRL. I agree. I've become a very social person, and I'm very good at socializing. And it's still hard for me, right? I can see why for youngins and stuff that it's like insane, right? Yeah, it's like harder than ever. But you know, go to a library, go join a club, do things, talk to people. Something that I've always practiced, and this has benefited me a lot in my life, and I kind of always just did this naturally. If I would see something cool, like, and I do it in video games too. When I would see, like, maybe someone in a video game, for example, would have a name that's like a reference to Armored Core before Armored Core is popular. I wouldn't let that slide. I would say something. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, brother, Armored Core is awesome, right? And that can lead to, you know, friendships and stuff. And I do the same thing in real life. And a lot of people are just afraid to do that, but I make myself do it when I was younger, and now I do it naturally, right? So if I see someone with a cool hat or a cool shirt or whatever, I just say something. And, like, if they turn out to be annoying or dumb or they don't like it, and then I'm like, okay, you know, just back off, no problem, right? But, you know, a lot of times I find people are happy to talk, and, like, when you got to signal that you're safe, that you're not going to be an asshole, right? Like, I like to ask people, hey, you know, what do you do, right? Like, what, you know, and whatever, and, like, a lot of times they're passionate about it, and they want to talk about it, right? And if they don't want to, then you don't push it, but, like, people are actually really happy to talk about their interests and whatnot. You just got to signal to them that you're not an asshat, right? That's all you got to do. It's all you got to do. Yeah, it really makes it a lot easier. Yeah, COVID definitely didn't help. Yeah, you don't need to have like a giant social circle. 2 or 3 friends. If you have 2 or 3 close friends that you can really trust and really talk to and will help you if you're in trouble and stuff like that, that's plenty. That's more than most people, right? But some people don't have one, right? And that's the thing. Man, I'm surprised I can still do bonus nodes here. But yeah, if we like it or not, you know, of course there's exceptions to the rule, but exceptions prove the rule. That's the thing. Humans are just very social creatures. You know, we're like ants. We're supposed to be social. We're very tribe-based, and we struggle if we're not in that environment. And I think what really messes people up is, so when we were in our ancient, you know, caveman days and whatnot, like how I just dodged like 8 times in a row and it didn't work. When you're in your caveman days or your little house on the prairie days and you got to go into town and whatnot, you're going to have your, you know, more introverted people and people that are shy and whatnot, and they are going to be forced to socialize. They're going to have to do it. And even though they're going to do it kicking and screaming, it's actually super good for them and will help them develop skills and make connections even if they don't want to, right? And in the long run, you need that. And there's a lot of like friction like that in life where you have to do things you don't like, and it's good for your long-term development, right? And the modern world, it just makes it so easy for us to avoid uncomfortable situations and to cave into our weaknesses, right? And like pander to our vices, that you don't develop those skills that you need to, right? So you don't have the shy kid in the social group that has to, like, you know, at least learn how to put up with it, right? Because now they just stay at home and order DoorDash or whatever, right? This is not good for you. And there's just a lot of stuff like that in modern society where you're not kind of forced to learn and deal with the stuff you don't like. And my father, and at the time I didn't totally understand, but I'm so thankful now that I'm older, my father, when he would see that I had like a real problem with something like socializing or whatever, he would make me confront it immediately and often, right? And that was so helpful. And he didn't do it in like a mean way, right? But he would just, you know, make me get over it, make me at least cope, right? And figure out how to deal with it as opposed to just like hiding from it forever. Because at some point you're gonna have to deal with that stuff. And then if you don't have any experience with it, it's just gonna be way harder. Blaze Blue, yippee. Yeah, I was showing... this run is taking forever, though, because I'm talking a lot, and I'm like, doing all the side stuff. I don't know why they keep giving me all these side options, but fuck it, I'll take it. We're pretty strong, or nothing like... This is nothing crazy, but, I definitely have other bullets that I've won a run with that are better than this. That first bullet I played was actually insane. We had, like, 30k health or whatever. That was absolutely ridiculous. I can still play that character whenever I want. That character is so broken. Yeah, I'll grab one of these. Do I even have light spears right now? Yeah, I don't think I do. There's more updates for this game coming, though. I'm very excited about that. They're adding a new character. I mean, we're strong. Our damage is really strong, but like I don't have like as much health as I could. And there's just some like special abilities. Like my damage is very, very good because I got that 90% attack up. So like my damage is excellent. But there's like some special abilities and stuff that I just don't have access to because I didn't get them, and I don't have like that much health. But yeah, our damage output is fucking bananas. It actually kind of sucks because I'm killing people so fast I don't get to combo a lot. Because we got that... I'm pretty sure, though, that 90% attack up, because that's tied to a trial, I don't think you keep that when you play the, like, bonus modes. Like, when you save the character permanently. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure trial stuff does not carry over. So if that's the case, I'm going to lose that 90% attack up. But yeah, our damage is like so fucking strong. We'll probably win because of that, but we are a little weak on defenses. Something interesting, and I don't know if this is a good idea or not. It's probably fine. But something this game does... One second, let me concentrate here. I forgot I had that ability. I wish they had health, because I have a follow-up to that move, but they're dead. So you have flasks in this game, just like Night Rain. But unlike a Night Rain, they don't just regenerate, like, between rooms or anything. Right? They regenerate from you doing very specific stuff, but they stack. So I have 12. I have 12 flasks. But if I use one, it's gone. Right? It's just gone. And if I beat the game and save this character to use in the other game modes, like to have this character permanently, I'll have those 12 flasks. Every time I reboot the character. I could go do something, fail, and then do it again and come back at it and still have those 12 flasks. But if I use a flask and I go down to 11, then the saved permanent version of that character will always have 11. Right? So they, like, on the roguelike thing, they kind of incentivize you to not use your flasks. Because if you don't, you'll have it permanently later. But, you know, it's kind of a balancing act. Because if you die and fail, then you know, you're done. It just don't heal forehead. To lose health, gain 3 buffs. I don't think buffs carry over into like a permanent character either. So I guess I'll just take the chance of getting buffs, and if I get them, whatever, and if I don't... Yeah, nothing happened. I got literally nothing. All right. That was a big gamble. Oh, got another event. Gain debuffs, but gain the potential. Now, the potential does carry over permanently, but I think the debuffs don't. I'm not sure, but I don't think debuffs and buffs carry over. So technically, this is worth it. Yeah, fuck it. Let's see how it goes. Okay, I take more damage and something teleport related. Oh, better ult. Fuck yes. Yeah, you can control the direction, and you can click the X button to like hit them more times. It's awesome. I don't know what Telly Hunter is. Hopefully I'm right about this. This is a good test to see if I'm right about those not carrying over. I'll just take the set money. I don't have any use of money at this point. All right. People want this character to be playable really bad. I actually think they probably will make her playable. So many people have requested it. Might take a while, but I think it'll happen. Oh, I missed. That sucks. So I mean, part of it hit, but I missed the like follow-up. I have a really hard time dodging this attack, the final part. You know what? Just counter it. There we go. This boss is kind of our ante because I don't have very good defense, and this boss is just fucking nuts, like how aggro she is. I should have done the follow-up. I messed up. Man, I am fucking this up. I'm gonna have to heal. I'm getting too blasted. He's also so small, like for a boss, that I keep missing my grabs. It's fine. I'm probably not going to save this character permanently because I've got like other bullets that are so good. So I should just heal, and that's that. Jesus. Man, doing worse than normal. To be fair, I haven't played in a while. I messed up. That was my chance to really fuck the boss up. Yeah, this is a boss where like you want to get aggro on her and not let her do all this bullshit. But if she gets rolling, it's like it's just so much crap. Okay, well, that was rough. What is this one? I don't use that one much. That's the down throw. That one's cool, but so late in the run, it won't really matter. I mean, if I can do it, it's cool. This boss is cool, but oh my god, it's just so much like aggro bullshit. Hard to keep up with. But yeah, she'll probably be playable. She's like the most popular of the original characters that they added. So it'll probably happen. The more of these you destroy, the less bullshit he gets here. Every time. Oh god. I'm surprised you can slow time there. It countered. Whiffing my grabs, love it. Oh, that's that hunter thing, yeah. Must not proc very often. Motherfucker. I love that attack. Fuck. Not do my grabs right, dude. You have 10,000 grabs and you can't actually use them. Come on. There we go. I did a combo. This part, it's kind of like you can combo the shit out of him, but he can combo the shit out of you. I find Bullet to be exceptionally good for this part because the grabs are just so like, fuck you. Whoop! We did it. Might as well save this character permanently just to check that the buffs and debuffs don't carry over, because I'm pretty sure they don't. So basically I'm making a relic right now. Like whatever effect I pick is going to be like permanent, right? So if I pick this bullet to be like my relic, it'll have these effects that I pick, and then certain effects that are just unique to bullet. And then you can change one of the effects if you do the boss rush mode with them. There's like a special ability every character has if you beat the boss rush with them. And you can like decide to do it or not. Good. But do you see why this is better than Night Rain? Like in terms of like the roguelike mechanics? It's like if Night Rain would do this shit, it'd be so much fucking better. So like that on the side there on the right, those 4 abilities, that's I just made that a relic, right? And those top 2 are unique to Bullet, and those bottom 2 are like unique to that run. And then one of those you can change if you beat the boss rush with this character. So this character is now like a relic that I can equip, and you equip 2 of them. I think it's so much better. All right, let me save this. Yeah, I'll show the boss rush mode with this character. I think this character will get wrecked in the boss rush mode. It's just, I don't think they're strong enough. Also, I'm bad, so I need like a broken character to make up for me being bad right now, because I haven't played this game a lot recently. But I'll just show it off. And you, actually, real quick, I'll just show off the fact that if I play again, I could now use that character as a relic. So, like, we could play, like Hazama here, and then it's that one. That's the character we just played. So now, see, I got that ice spike thing I just picked, and then your attacks do the cold damage and do more damage, and the bullet stuff. I don't even know what her stuff is. Damage increases for a short time after a successful throw. I guess Hazama has like a throw. Well, that's weird. That'd be good for her, but you can't use yourself. That's who the fuck else even has a lot of grabs? That's actually messed up. And then the activate one is quickly slam into the ground. destroying it, dealing 778 damage, and creates throwable that can be grabbed. Damage and attack range increased with level. So that top one can be changed. I don't even know what it can be changed to, but if you beat the boss rush with bullet, you can make it something else. Did I ever beat the boss rush with bullet? I probably did at some point. Maybe I didn't change it. Oh no, yeah, this one. I changed it to this instead. This is inner heat up state for a period of time, increasing all damage dealt by 12%. Attacks with knockback effect will inflict additional explosive damage upon hitting enemies. The damage increase with level. I mean, that's good. That's really sick. But yeah, and like Jin's got one like that cause I beat the boss rush with Jin too, I think. Where the fuck is he? There he is. I don't even remember what his original effect is because I don't have one. Here's the first one proc, the second one. Yeah, probably. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, if the first one is literal, if the first one is a grab. Well, no, that doesn't really sound like a grab. It makes like a punching bag that you can grab to proc the second one. But you have to have a grab to grab it with. That would have been nice if her effect was a grab. That would be nice. But yeah, no, it's not. All right, let me show the boss rush mode and panic. And we'll use the character we just played just for testing and whatnot. There's also another game mode that you literally just fight a boss like straight. And they're decently hard. But then the boss rush is just fucking insanity. Alright, well, time to die. Yeah, the number at the bottom is like how the game rates how strong you are. It's not perfectly accurate, but like, you know, this bullet is 2,200, this one's 2,200, so those ones went really well. This one's 1,900, which is fine, but it's not like mind-blowing or anything. Okay, actually, it looks like I'm wrong. It looks like they changed it where you actually have the max number of flasks you ever had. I swear it wasn't like that before. But yeah, now because I used some, but it's still 12, so I'm wrong about that. Good to know. Man, multiple game modes, what a concept.
Are you hallucinating?
See, here's the thing. If Night Rain was a better game, right? If the roguelike part of it was more fun, and there were more bosses, they could do this. Right? They won't do a boss rush mode, because then no one will want to play the regular game mode. Because the regular game mode's not very good, right? People only want to fight the bosses. But this game has one more bosses, and then there's more reason to play the regular game mode. So this setup though is just great. Like this BlazBlue roguelike really knows its shit. This is like flavor when he's like entering the arena, he's making rocks. Yeah, I don't see those buffs and debuffs, so true. Fuck, I should have countered. Okay. Chance damage boost. I think that's just RNG hit harder, but that's fine. I'll take that. Analyzing Evo-type behavior data. Yeah, I certainly don't have those debuffs. Okay, fuck it, just counter it. God damn it. Hate this boss. Thank you for the sub. I'll check who you are in a moment. Oh, I messed that up so often. Got it. Fuck, I dodged too far. God damn it. They just walked. I should have done my slam. That would have been awesome. I should have done this. Not that. I should have done that. That would have been so sick.
trial has just begun.
I guess I just heal. I don't really care about those.
A new trial has begun. Prepare to face new enemies.
Easy counter. Wow, this guy's getting fucked. That is the best grab combo I've like ever done. I'll never do that again. Fuck. I did that way too soon. Just pretend I can do that reliably, chat. Oh, I like the 1, 2, 3. What's up, dude? Appreciate it. 85 months. Yeah, we old. Yeah, that Toho boss becomes such a problem later. High HP damage boost. Dodge gives MP recovery. I guess this is fine. I mean, I'm gonna get fucked up and not be at high HP, I guarantee it, but... I think it's the eyeball. I think this is his music. Yeah. Cthulhu. Hopefully the Dead Cells update coming will add a new boss. Every new boss just makes the game better. It's kind of tanky, all things considered. Oh, that was close. Good, he never got to do his super annoying. Why is he still alive? Excuse me. What are we defiling? Let's not look into that too deeply. Legacy recovery. I don't know what that does. Guess I'll take it though.
Evo-type behavior data. Deploying, countering elite enemies.
Oh, we blew now. It starts. I will say, Bullet is really nice for this nonsense because you can CC a little bit more than normal. You just have to, you know, not suck. Doing it. Woo, not bad for a dual boss. Okay, range damage, deduction, that's certainly good. This makes all of your grabs stronger, which is nice, but there is so much range bullshit at the end of this that I'll take that.
Analyzing Evo-type behavior data. Deploying, countering elite.
Okay, oh my god. No one likes her. Literally no one likes her. Fucking airy voice. Toho bullshit. She is the most annoying boss when she has a teammate. Like, solo, she's fine, but oh my god, she's so fucking annoying with teammates. Look at her jumping out of my grab. And now there's like butterflies following me around. Fuck. Okay, just this bitch now. I should've just countered there. Fuck me. What? That went through my counter? I didn't even know an attack could go through your counter. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. The second I saw her armor break, I was like, fuck yes. Get this bitch out of here. Okay. MP is for grabs. SP is for the super. I mean, that is good. More supers are great, but I got fucked up. I need to heal.
The trial has begun. Prepare to face new enemies.
Well. Oh, that's a interesting combo. I don't think I've ever fought these bosses together. I guess I focus on her. I don't even know. Oh, you bitch. God damn it. Okay, not exactly what I wanted to do, but... Woo! Oh, he summoned an ad. That's annoying. Oh, I love it. I'm like blasting a waifu into the stratosphere. I like how I killed them both at the same time. Not even intentional. Escape death once. I don't know, like, how much health it brings you back with, but sure.
Analyzing Evo-type behavior data. Deploying countering elite enemies.
Double elite. Okay. I can handle that. Well, these seem to have a lot of hyper armor. This is such a good move. Okay, like, Bullet is such a fun character. My god, I messed up my grab. Like, Jesus. Jin, Bullet, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but like Tawakaka are probably the most fun characters. Oh, and Hakumen. Those four are just super fun. I wish Hazamo is one of my favorites because he's my favorite character in regular BlazBlue, but he's just not that fun in this game, which really sucks. He's really wonky. The chains are like too weird. Like inputs for them don't work very well, and they revamped him recently, and it helped a little bit, but he still needs a lot of changes in my opinion.
Battlefield cleared. New trial starting soon.
What are your thoughts on apples? Green apples are awesome. I love sour things and stuff. I mean, green apples are so good. The only shitty thing about green apples is they're not a lot of calories, and I have such a fast metabolism that I need a lot of calories every day. Like, I need like 4,000 calories a day generally, and I'm thin as fuck. It's a mess. So a lot of times I can't really afford to eat green apples too much because like the stomach space to calorie ratio is not worth it. But I eat them sometimes anyway because I just really like them. But yeah, for my metabolism, it's just not great. They have good nutrients though, like they're good for your heart and stuff. So like that's always good. There's people that got it worse than me. There's people that have to eat like 8,000 calories a day and they're still skinny as fuck. Like, this is what it is. I find it very frustrating though because like I love exercising. I love doing physical activities. I like running and all that and biking. I like doing, you know, push-ups and pull-ups and all that. I enjoy that immensely. But those things burn calories and I have to have so many calories every day that every time I do stuff like that, I have to now eat even more calories, and it sucks. I'm not a fan at all. Holy fuck, that's annoying. What is even hitting me right now? Cannot say I'm enjoying this enemy combination. I do like that rising knee having iframes though. Okay, fuck this guy. These tornadoes are so annoying. I always get hit by that. Wow, I thought that would kill him. Oof. Bake apple pies. Apple pie is good. Yeah, I eat a lot of chicken thighs. Like I just buy raw chicken a lot. I just cook that and you know, flavor it with like hot sauce or whatever the fuck to mix it up. But because chicken thigh has more like natural fat, and I need that, or I will like wither away and die. So I eat a whole bunch of that. A lot of peanut butter. So much peanut butter. Like peanut butter sandwiches and stuff like that. No, I don't. I cook the chicken. You buy it raw because it's cheaper and you can do more with it. But Jesus Christ, I'm not a caveman. I'm pretty sure they say that like way back in the day, humans had like way stronger metabolisms though, like digestive systems, and we could handle raw meat back then because obviously we hadn't mastered that whole fire thing.
A new trial has begun. Prepare to face new enemies.
Oh, I can hear the cancer coming. Yeah, oh, I hate these two when they're together. This is the worst. This is like my least favorite boss combo that has ever existed. The first time I beat it though was on Jin, which was kind of awesome. Jin the anti-waifu.